Hello and welcome back to this series of QGIS trainings where we look at the application of GIS mainly in the field of health, and we shall look at a number of applications and also look at how we can use this GIS in microplanning. So I pre- previously we stopped on this project where we added a shapefile and a base map. And as you can see, after opening QGIS among my projects, it is the one on top. So to open it, I am going to double click it and then it will show up in my QGIS interface. So, as I had promised you, in lesson 3, we shall dive a little bit deeper in customizing our maps. First of all, we shall add in another map and we see how to view the features of two maps concurrently. Then, after adding the map, we shall look at how to add labels to differentiate the different shapes. From labels, we shall look at how to do coloring, how to apply different colors or change the color of a shapefile. And we shall look at two types of uh, coloring. One, giving it a uniform color, and two, giving it a color based on the features or the different shapes. So I'm going to add in a shapefile for regions. So I have navigated to where my shapefile for regions is. I'm going to drag it and drop it in my map uh, layout. And as you see on my layers, I have another map, another layer which has been added on. And as you can, and in my canvas, I have the shapefile for regions in Uganda. And as we said before, QGIS gives priority to the shapefile that is on top, and the district's shapefile, which we had previously, has been covered. And for us to have a clear layout or a clear map view, I'm going to remove the Google Maps and have the Uganda regions visible. So to view, and as you can see, the shapefile which I've added on is a regional level, and a region is comprised of a number of districts. So when I uncheck the regions, you see that, for example, where on the in this region we have a number of districts, and to view the regions or to view the districts under this region, I am going to go to properties of the shapefile. But before you go to properties, last time we looked at this attribute table, and we realized that it only had one column. So we are going to look at the attribute table of the regions, and we see the information that is attached to the map. And now we see our attribute table has a number of columns. We have the ID, we have the region, we have the district name, we have 2016, the district name 2017, the number of males in the region, the number of females in the region, and the total population. So back to properties. To access properties, you can either right click on the shapefile you want to access properties for, or double click on the shapefile. So I'm going to double click, and this properties dialog box is going to show up. and it has a number of functionalities. For example, you have the information of the shapefile, uh, the region, the path of the shapefile, and the other information, the coordinates reference system, which tells QGIS how to display this shapefile. Then you have the symbology, which where you work, where you are able to change the color of the shapefile. You change the color type, the symbol type. Then the labels, in case you want to add labels to differentiate the different regions. We shall look at that. The, the joins, these joins help you if you want to add data from outside QGIS, and we shall see this in the tutorials ahead. So I'm going to go to symbology, and I'm going to choose the outline. I'm going to choose outline because I want the region to be an outline so that I can see the different regions, so that I can see the different districts in a particular region. So I'm going after selecting outline, I'm going to click on apply and click OK. And as you can see, we have the thick lines represent the region, and inside the region we have the corresponding districts. I'm going to change the color of the districts from green to a lighter color, and maybe brown. So I'm going to change this to a lighter brown. So okay, apply, and when we come back we see the color has changed. So in case you want to do the same for districts, you can do the same for districts and make, and then after making the boundaries transparent, you will have the white color of the canvas. So for now, we are going to look at how to add labels in our map, and we are going to work with the regions. So I'm going to uncheck the district so that we remain with the map for region. And to add labels, I'm going to still go to properties, either right click and then click properties, or double click on the shapefile. Then under labels, where there is no labels on label type, I'm going to click on single label. And here by default it has D. And from the attribute table, we saw D could be representing a different field from what you're interested in. But I'm going to click on apply to see how our map changes. So you see our map has labels, but these are not uh, labels for the regions. These are district names. So we are going to look at the attribute table. When you open attribute table, you realize that the region name is under column for F15 regions. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to my properties, and the value for single labels, I'm going to change it to F15 regions, and then I will apply. And now I have the names for the different regions. And once you put the text, you can now uh, work on beautifying it. As we had seen, under texts, there are a number of other functions. Let's say formatting, adding a buffer, adding a mask, a background, and the others. So I'm going to make a few changes. For example, I'm going to change uh, the font to Arial narrow. Then style, I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to increase the size a bit to maybe 13. Then I'm going to make the color darker. And then under formatting, I'm going to make it all uppercase. Then I add a buffer of color, a bit of red. So, and you can see it in a text sample. This text sample shows how your labels will look like on the map. So when I click on apply and OK, we should have the labels showing as we have set them in the properties. Now we are going to look at how to add different or how to add colors in our map. We had one uniform color for all the regions, but there is another way of labeling which differentiates where you have maybe, let's say, categories, and you want to color a map based on those categories, and that is categorized. But then we have another graduated. The graduated is mainly used when you have, let's say, percentages or intervals, and the intervals are numeric. For example, you have from maybe 5 to 10, then 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and you want to give them different color codes. And usually graduated, as you see the colors, as the darker the darker the shade, the higher the number, or the more concentrated the color is, the higher the values it has. So I'm going to choose categorized, and then the value I'm going to choose is F15 regions. And here I want to color I want to give my regions different colors based on the region name or based on the region. So once I choose the value, I'm going to click on classify, and you see it has automatically assigned colors to all the regions. And we have this last option of all others, which I don't need. So I'm going to click on it and then click on the remove the minus arrow. So when I click on apply and go to the map, I will have my regions with different colors. I'm going to remove the text for now, so we can have a clear look at the regions. So labels, no labels. I remove the labels for now. Then apply. So this is the map of regions. Regions are colored differently, and you can play with the coloring based on what you want. For example, here where we have the color ramp, it has random colors. But when you click on random colors, it will bring you a different number and all different types of colors you can choose from. So I'm going to choose spectral and apply. So spectral gives you this color coding for your map. So to recap, what we've done so far in this lesson, we have brought in a shapefile of regions on top of the districts we had. We added in we added in labels in our shapefile, and we also uh, colored our shapefile. We gave our region shapefile different colors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the shapefile for legs to have a full picture of how a map would look like. So I've added in the shapefile for legs, and I'm going to change and give it a color that will uh, reflect. So I'm going to give it a color that shows or depicts a lake, and if I'm not mistaken, water is always bluish. Hmm, maybe this, and then I will apply, click OK. So we see the lake has a bit of the same color as this region, and now I'm going to change the color of the color ramp of the regions to turbo, turbo, and see how it looks like. Anyway, it's more or less the same, but you have the choice of choosing the colors you want. So do the same. You could do the same coloring for the district map as a way of practicing. Look at the map for districts and give it uh, different colors. You color the districts in a different way, and practice with colors. And for districts, you can do this. You can also add labels on your districts, and to do that, you go through the same process, or alternatively, you will right click on the shapefile, and then you go to show labels, and it will automatically bring you all. It will automatically bring you the labels from the attribute table. And to remove them, you right click and then click on show labels. So yeah, and that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Next week, or in the next lesson, we shall look at how to package a map we have drawn into uh, into a shareable product, and we shall use both a PDF and an image. And because for an image, it is easier to have it in a presentation, but also a PDF, you can share it easily with your colleagues. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. And if you found this helpful, uh, leave a like and a comment in case you need clarification. But also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson.